Hello, everyone. A warm welcome to the Oracle IAM Insights session today. My name is Sandeep Banerjee, Vice President of Product Development for Oracle Cloud Platform and Infrastructure Services, including Identity Management. We have another successful Oracle Identity and Access Management modernization story to share with you today. In this case, the customer was using Oracle Access Manager for the past 6 years and Oracle Identity Manager for the last 4 years or so. The company's continuous innovation drivers and requirements to stay current on their software stack prompted them to upgrade and uptake new functionality in Oracle Identity and Access Management 12c. They decided to embark on this journey amid the pandemic, which added some unique and stringent dependencies on the project. Net-net, for this customer, it was critical to complete the upgrade fast, deterministically, and on time. The project was awarded to Capstone, a select Oracle partner for identity and access management solutions, and they made it a reality. I'm excited to have Saurabh Sharma, Managing Principal at Capstone, join us today to tell you more about the project. But before I pass it to Saurabh, I wanted to quickly remind you on our product direction and the journey we have embarked on to modernize your identity and access management solution. We are innovating with a focus on functional advances, user experience, technical modernization, and operational efficiency. Oracle Identity and Access Management 12c delivers a steady stream of cloud innovations and complementary tools to provide enhanced capabilities and practical coexistence strategies to optimize your current infrastructure. These solutions are geared towards further strengthening your organization's security and risk posture, reducing total cost of ownership with simplification and flexibility, eliminating the risk of running unsupported software, and increasing return on investment on your Oracle Identity and Access Management solutions. In addition to the business and technology benefits of 12c, it is important for 11g customers to note that premier support for Oracle Identity and Access Management 11g ended in December 2020, and extended support will end in December 2021. So to retain the premier level of support and to alleviate any uplift fees for extended support, 11g customers stand to benefit by moving to 12c at their earliest. They can avail of Oracle's Identity and Access Management Upgrade Factory, also referred to as Oracle IAM Upgrade Factory, to plan and execute their upgrade to 12c. The Upgrade Factory is Oracle's investment and approach to assist customers accelerate their uptake of the latest version of the software. The factory includes resources to streamline the upgrade process and to offer choice to run the upgraded solution on premises, in cloud, or in a hybrid model. Oracle offers these factory resources regardless of how the upgrade is done. That is, by customers' in-house IT, with Oracle Consulting, Oracle Advanced Customer Services, or an Oracle partner. In today's customer story, it was with a partner, and the partner is Capstone. On that note, Saurabh, it's all yours.
Thank you, Sandeep. It's a pleasure sharing this platform with you today, and I am excited to share with all of you one of our key success stories. Now, as Sandeep mentioned at the beginning, the important aspect here was to ensure that we do a rapid and a deterministic upgrade to the 12c platform. As we talk you through the story, you will realize that the customer here is an enterprise customer with huge scale. They had a fair size of applications onto the platform. And due to the efforts that we have put together with Oracle in simplifying the upgrade process for customers, we were able to take this customer on from their older 11G version onto the latest 12C in a very, very short duration by eliminating all the risks and by planning this upgrade properly. Now, as we move forward, let's first give you a brief understanding of the customer profile. Now, this client is a true enterprise customer. They are established back in 1870. They have operations in close to 130 countries and with nearly 75,000 employees worldwide. Now, as you can understand, for an organization of this size, there is a fair amount of complexity that the user lifecycle management presents, because different geographic regions might have different policies, different compliance requirements, and so your processes are different. At the same time, the IT infrastructure is very well laid out with multiple data centers. So it brings with it the complexity that you would expect of an enterprise customer. Also, this customer had a strong relationship with Oracle in terms of not only leveraging Oracle's IAM Suite, but also leveraging Oracle's other technologies like the SOA Suite, Oracle databases. They are a big ERP customer, so they use both EBS and PeopleSoft. They have multiple EBS modules that multiple divisions leverage, and they're also on many of the Oracle Cloud applications. In the last few years, they have also invested significantly in the Oracle Cloud infrastructure, the OCI platform, and the organization's future direction is to move towards the cloud in the coming 2 to 4 years domain. From an IT environment standpoint, when you look specifically for Oracle Identity and Access Management, they had the IAM Suite deployed. They had close to 10 odd applications integrated with the suite. Within EBS, there were multiple modules that were there, so there were different connectors for each of them. Then they had PeopleSoft, Active Directory. They had many custom applications, some of them running on databases, some of them running through LDAP-driven integrations. And when you consider the IAM Suite, all the critical capabilities that are presented by the IAM Suite are leveraged by the customer. So they do quarterly certifications, they do user lifecycle management, and they also leverage single sign-on. Okay. Now let's talk a little about what were the key drivers for the customer. Now, for any enterprise customer, critical that security is taken care of. So in the sense that they wanted to make sure they are running the latest and greatest platform so that any risks associated with the older version are taken care of, especially when you look at access management. There are some security patches that you need to make sure that no vulnerabilities are being exploited. At the same time, you need greater security to meet all your compliance and regulatory requirements that are applicable across geographical locations. But outside of the security aspect, another critical thing for the customer was they are heavily leveraging our governance stack, and they wanted to make sure that all the new features that 12C provides are leveraged by them moving forward. So they wanted to make their user experience better. I'll give you a simple example. Now, when an organization with 75,000 employees is doing certifications with hundreds of applications, there is going to be a certification fatigue that sets in, and it becomes more and more challenging for managers to certify. Now, with the 12C release, there is this concept of excluding policy grants, where any entitlements granted through access policies could be excluded from a certification cycle, and you could run a certification just for out-of-band entitlements. Now, that itself is a great advantage for the customer. Similarly, with 12C, we have better capabilities to onboard applications in a simplified manner, and the customer was looking forward to leveraging that, because in the next year or so, they plan to integrate hundreds of applications on this platform, and they wanted to be able to do that quickly. That's an important thing for them as well. And finally, the architectural approach with 12C is driven towards a microservices architecture. And this is critical for the customer, because as they start looking at moving to the cloud model, where today they are on-prem, but in the future they want to start putting most of their items in the cloud, and then that becomes important from a cloud readiness standpoint. Also, the availability of the Docker images makes it simple to do the deployment management and to scale in, scale out, to build new environments. So these are the various factors which influence the customer and which made the customer decide that they want to move ahead and go towards the upgrade. Now, let's talk about the actual upgrade in itself. And this is where this goes back to our previous point of making sure that the upgrade is rapid and deterministic. You know, we have been working now with Oracle on the 12c upgrade process since late 2019, early 2020, where we have spent all these, close to a year optimizing the upgrade process, using our learning of working with customers to making sure that for customers moving forward, this is a seamless transition and we have maximum documentation and utilities available. And once you have that, once we have made it deterministic, taken out the risk elements out of it, then these are the kind of results that you would begin to see. And that's why we are proud of the fact that for a customer of this scale, we were able to upgrade them in a short duration of 12 weeks. This upgrade happened across 3 IT environments. So they had dev, UAT, and production. UAT and prod both being a cluster environments. And if you look at the time breakdown within this 12 weeks as well, half of the time was spent in the first environment when that was being set up. And once the setup was done, then moving to UAT took another 3-4 weeks, and production was the last couple of weeks. Now, another important thing here, and I cannot overstress the importance of planning when it comes to an upgrade. And when we talk about the success factors, we'll touch on that there as well. But it's important that you plan well. So for example, with this customer, we sat down with all the application owners that were going to be impacted by this. We made sure we had all the use cases down, all the test plans and test cases in place. And then where needed, we did automation of the testing process so that regression testing on the system could happen rapidly. So when we talk about doing a rapid deterministic upgrade, we are not talking about just the technical components that go into an upgrade. We are talking about the end-to-end process, whether it's your design process, whether it's your testing process, and how we make sure that each and every step of the way, we are trying to bring in more predictability, lower the risk, and increase the speed of it. Then other area also which we were careful with this customer was on the self-service functionality, where they were using and leveraging external APIs, and we made sure that those jars were reconciled when they upgraded. Now, talking of the key success factors, as I've said before on multiple occasions, detailed pre-planning is very, very important. I've seen many customers trying to upgrade their system and essentially walking into the upgrade with setting up a new environment or trying to do in place. And when you start doing the upgrade, that's when you start realizing version compatibility issues or incompatible versions or some of those other problems that come in. Now, it's very important that you plan properly. So even with this customer, we planned it to the T. So we looked at the Java versions, we looked at what web logic they are running, we looked at their databases, their connectors. If a connector functionality has been deprecated, how do we make sure that we are able to bring it on into the new version? We looked at what UI customizations they had. And then also, when you are doing an in-place upgrade, you also have to plan for downtime, because there is no cutover really. You're using the same environment and moving it up. So the downtime planning has to go in there as well. Then working with the application teams, as I mentioned earlier, and planning the testing cycles. So there is a detailed level of pre-planning that you have to do. And another critical thing is, this is from an engagement standpoint, you start engaging with us as your partner, your team obviously that knows the system, and Oracle, all the 3 companies together during the pre-planning phase. So Oracle has this Puma program, and I'm sure many of you are aware of it, where the Oracle support and the development teams, they give you, one-on-one visibility. They look at your environment and they work closely with you. So we enrolled this customer in the Puma program and did this detailed pre-planning. Once the pre-planning is over, you move to the actual upgrade process, which is where you start leveraging the IAM Upgrade Factory. Now, for those of you who are not aware of this, IAM Upgrade Factory again is the culmination of close to a year of effort put jointly by Oracle and some of our select partners, where we have shared what success we have seen with other customers. Oracle has built a lot of documentation, a lot of tools and utilities, which make sure that you're able to handhold and move a customer simply from one version to another. It's extremely detailed and technically oriented, where we have tools for configuration management, data migration. We look at how we do workflows, exports and imports, how do we manage our roles and access policies, and how all of that is moved from the lower environment, from the 11G to the 12C versions. So IAM Upgrade Factory has been a major factor in making sure that the upgrade happens in a limited time with the least amount of risk. And finally, and this goes without saying, is the need for strong project governance, because communication is the key, especially when you run a project of this scale with 75,000 employees in such a short time frame of 12 weeks. It's important that you make every day count. So, we had very strong communication between the client, the Capstone team, and the Oracle Puma team. We were identifying bottlenecks before we hit them, and we were working jointly, all three teams together, to make sure that the issues are resolved. Another takeaway that I want you to take from this slide is to understand that all the effort that has gone into building the IAM Upgrade Factory, into streamlining the process, enables us today to go to most of our customers, to any of you customers, and bring this to action, and to be able to do the same upgrade for you in, again, a rapid deterministic manner, right? So there is no reason why you wouldn't be able to leverage these things to make your upgrade successful. We can reduce the complexity, we can plan it out well, and we can make sure that when you upgrade, not only do you move to the greatest platform, you're also able to leverage the benefits of the new platform, right? With that, I would also like to share with you how we as Capstone are helping customers get to the latest and greatest when it comes to the Oracle technology. So we offer a complimentary IAM assessment. Once you reach out to us and you work with us, we will come in, we will spend a few days, look at your environment, understand what challenges you are facing, and we will keep an eye out, not just on making sure that your challenges are taken care of or your deployment issues are ensured that they are handled correctly. We are also keeping an eye on what the future should hold for you. What new features should you be utilizing? How do you get the most out of your investment in the Oracle technology that you have made, right? And we will talk to you about the best practices and the processes around technical as well as process optimization. So you could reach out to us and we could work with you, provide you a complimentary assessment, and help you get started on your journey towards moving to the latest platform of Oracle IAM. Now, this concludes most of our discussion around the customer use case. Now, for those of you who are not aware of Capstone, before we end this, I also wanted to spend a few minutes giving you a little background, a sneak peek into our organization and how we got here. Now, as a company, we have been around for a very long time. Our experience in the space of enterprise security dates to the 1990s, really, 20 plus years in this industry. We have many people on our staff today that used to work back in the day for Thor and Obelix, some of these really old products back in the 1990s timeframe. So we have a strong team that has been doing this for years. And on the basis of the work that we have done with our customers, we've also built a lot of product-based solutions for our customers, which augment Oracle solutions. So we have many customers that run the Oracle IAM technology stack, and then also have our product-based solutions complementing that and working with it to take them to the next level. So we have abilities to rapidly onboard applications in as few as an hour, 2 hours, on the basis of the accelerators that we have built. Similarly, we have an AI ML driven intelligent identity platform that works with Oracle and provides you much more AI ML driven capabilities around user lifecycle management. So there are many other capabilities that we provide that augment and support you in your IAM journey. Now, our expertise is beyond IAM as well. So in enterprise security, we look at IAM, we look at SIEM, application security, and we also manage cloud platforms like OCI. Now, finally, in terms of our partnership with Oracle, while it's evident that we have done a lot of work with Oracle and Oracle customers in the consulting domain, I also want you to understand that our partnership extends beyond consulting. We've also built certified product extensions that work with the Oracle technology stack and provide the customers that last mile integration and those benefits. We have won excellence awards on multiple times, and we keep on publishing various blogs, Now you can go to this link and you'll be able to see some of the content that we have published over the last year or so. With that being said, I would take a pause here. Again, I thank you all for taking the time out to listen to this. And as we shared throughout this journey, a lot of effort has been put in simplifying the upgrade for all of our customers. And we are today at a stage where we are providing a rapid deterministic upgrade process where we can take you from their older versions and move you to the latest Oracle version and make you successful. That being said, I would like to pass this back to you, Sandeep. Thank you.
Saurabh, thank you very much for sharing the story and for Capstone's invaluable partnerships in driving customer success with Oracle products and solutions. So I hope you found the session helpful and you are encouraged to learn more how you can upgrade your Oracle Identity and Access solution fast and deterministically. Oracle and our partners, like Capstone, are here to help you accelerate your modernization and upgrade journey with Oracle IAM Upgrade Factory. Before I conclude, I want to remind you to tune in to Oracle IAM Insights regularly to learn what's new and exciting in Oracle's IAM portfolio, get tips to run your Oracle IAM infrastructure better, and to listen to your peers' experiences with Oracle's IAM solutions. Thank you again for tuning in today. We look forward to seeing you at the next one soon.